Alright, and this is what I hope is going to be the last part of my review comment on Venom. I haven't commented on the taunts yet, so I'm just going to do a Venom voice because I don't know what a Venom voice is. I will just do something completely random. For his up taunt, Venom will smirk and say, "You'll be a nice treat." That was horrible! Horrible! Ouch! That was awful. Forward, Venom looks at his wrist and says, "We are Venom." That was all good. Down, Venom will wave his tongue around fiercely. I didn't realize that he was a cat. Is feral a cat? I don't know what it is. Wild something. Okay. So, playstyle. Venom has a familiar setup, but an unorthodox is what it is. Unorthodox KO method. It really depends on if you can set up right for whatever character you're fighting at the time. In case you didn't figure it out, Eddie can only use his up tilt, front tilt, grab, up throw, front throw, and back throw when he is away from Venom. Which really means that you said that he had, what was it, a level 5 CPU, you don't feel like tooling up and checking. The level 5 CPU isn't gonna really be of much use. He can't KO the opponent. So, can he? I don't really think. He can taunt. He really can't do a whole lot. You're just going to be controlling him and waiting awkwardly. Anyway, so where were we? If you can stall for 9 seconds after the symbiote gets a host, you basically have a KO/new partner, as the next phase makes the opponent almost completely able to attack you effectively for the 6 seconds until they are completely controlled. And on that note, I'm really going to have to say that if you can pull that off, which will be really easy, considering that you can just trap the opponent with all of these various attacks with your up and neutral airs leading to your down air. You can stun them. You have a bunch of traps that you can lay on the ground to just knock them out. Venom's overpowered, I just gotta say it. He doesn't have a lot of KO abilities, but he can just completely stop the opponent. I mean, I had that with Shikamaru too, but with Shikamaru, he actually had to do some setup first. Anyways, to get the symbiote on the opponent, you're going to have to think ahead with your setup. Throwing down tilts and dash attacks all over the place and can help you out at all. You need to place each in varied locations that your opponent will actually be going to, while setting up a good amount in the area that you're going to spend your time not approaching, which is most of the time. After you're all set, it's best to give them the safest possible place in your traps and use down special. Which is the down special again? Venom Bra. Oh yeah, that's the one that goes forward. So he's just baiting them towards him, basically. If you place traps well, those can help too. Landing attacks a damage wreck well, this time would be beneficial. Although why he needs a damage wreck, I don't even know, because he can just take over him. When they're ready to become a host, either get more aggressive or get them in the air, depending on your foe. If your situation calls for ground strategy, you'll want to run towards your opponent immediately, making sure to reposition any traps from your dash attack close to them if you can. Using tools such as your front tilt and side special to move your opponent into traps, as well as close-up moves, oh yeah, side special, never mind. I read that wrong. As well as close-up moves like your front smash and down smash to damage track, or get the foe ready to be taken over by the symbiote. Getting this part right is relatively easy to attempt, but hard to actually pull off on resourceful foes, unless you yourself can be more resource and use Venom's move to your advantage. That's just landing a pummel for later. What was the? Oh yeah, it was just a web. If they're the kind of foe who would be easier to set up in the air, then the best idea is to slowly inch yourself towards them until you don't even need to inch yourself towards them. You can just taunt and have them come towards you until you can land up tilt, up throw, or up smash, up. So you can get into the air with your up special and begin your air game. Venom's air game is the opposite of his aggressive ground game, and that it's hard to try it effectively, but once you have it down, it's really easy to do some... I really disagree that it's hard to try effectively. It is really easy, and it seems like it would be really fun to do effectively. Where was I? Effectively. But once you have it down, it's really easy to do some substantial damage. Venom can use his neutral air, up air, possibly back air to get his opponent under him, and use the down air to trap them and get them ready for some more damage tracking or controlling. Kind of around there. Front air is used for getting around quickly, as Venom's fall speed is a bit faster than you'd want, as is the non-gimp slash setup effect of the up air. Non-gimp? Was it a non-gimp? That seemed like it was a gimp. Up air, web grapple. touches the top of the screen. He's stall indefinitely. Enemy hit by the web, there we go. Grab hitbox and makes Venom wrap them up and throw them directly downwards. I also need to know. I need to know how long that they're trapped in there. Really, I need that. 90% of effect of the up air, allowing Venom to stay in the air as long as he needs to. If Venom's Show can avoid your traps and your damage racking, it's quite possible to try and gimp the opponent aggressively, as 4 out of 5 of your arrows can effectively gimp your opponent. Although Venom may have trouble recovering himself as he requires tethers in both of his recovery methods, granted his up special is more effective than most tethers. When you can force... It's okay. Anyways, if you can force the opponent into being listened to its host, it'll submit a challenge to get away for 9 seconds with Eddie's move pool. But it's possible. Front tilt, while seemingly impractical, can be used to lure the opponent into any web traps you left on the field, as they can still be used to trap your opponents, unlike your dash attack. Your throws can also be beneficial if the opponent gets too close, such as the front throw and back throw. Overall, Venom can... Okay. Something I really should have commented on back at that neutral special. Who has to die for this to be over? I'm assuming that it's the I'm assuming that it's going to be Eddie or Brock or whatever his name. Eddie Brock, that's his name. Eddie Brock himself that has to die, but it's kind of ambiguous because, let's see. Yeah, you said something about full control. Does that mean that you control him? Or are you controlling Eddie? Or, I'm really not sure. Don't feel like rereading this and making this video longer than it needs to be. Anyways, yeah, that's Venom so far. That's gonna get some matchups, maybe matchups. Movesets are hardly ever edited after they're posted. Okay, so I gotta say on the organization, the bolded, it's unorthodox, but it works. I don't know why Warlord and Koopa don't like it that much. It's visible. It works. It works for me. I don't know. Something. And the web pattern that you have going on here with Venom, I like that. I really wish that you would have thrown some more into it somewhere. But as it is, okay. And as for the actual set itself, I must admit that I was a little bit disappointed. The neutral special, you could have done a lot with that. The neutral special on its own is a really good move. The side special, and the down specials were rather underwhelming. The up special, a bit under-detailed, I'd have to say. I don't really know why you wanted to use it. He has a great aerial game, but only gets him up in the air when he's on the stage itself. Yeah, web ball, that's your basic web. Dash attack, even trap, it really is a trap. There's a lot of traps to the set, and they're all really a lot the same. Human trap stops them. This one, it stops them. Something else, it was somewhere else. This trips them, which is basically stopping them. Yeah, but the aerial game, I loved the aerial game, except for... Oh, I loved all the aerial game. Oh yeah, the back air. The back air sucked. It really did. I'm not just making a joke, the back air sucked. Okay, yeah, but otherwise, the neutral airs, the front air, the down air, the up air, they all just link into each other, and I like it. The grab game was, like I said earlier, it's just kind of meh. Maximum Venom, it's okay for a Final Smash. I don't care about Final Smashes. And this one is a whole lot more useful than your Maximum Venom Final Smash, because it's a guaranteed, and since most people only play the... Well, not most people, I'm not going to say, but most MIMers, Maker Movers, Mimers, however is the acceptable way to pronounce that, play 1 versus 1, so, yeah, who cares. Anyways, yeah, so that's Venom. I'm glad that I was able to do this. It's something new, and it might actually get me to do some comments, which would be cool. I think this is actually my first comment to this contest. I'm not going to think about that too much. Yay, Venom.